Welcome to Exposing Central, where we shine a light on the worst of YouTube. Fake content, clickbait, scammers, and bad actors. We're here to expose them all. It's time to clean up the platform, one video at a time. So grab a snack and relax as we expose the most despicable small content creators on the platform. And you'll be surprised by the unsettling acts committed on a platform that's supposedly considered safe. There will be 3 sections to this video, so get comfortable. This is our biggest and most disturbing video yet. For today's exposing video, we're taking a different approach. While our mission has always been to clean up the YouTube platform by exposing bad small content creators, it has come to my attention that YouTube isn't the only place in need of scrutiny. So today, we're stepping away from YouTube and diving into a disturbing truth lurking within a Discord server. This is the story of a person known as Mystique. In the following section, you'll uncover the shocking truth behind Mystique and everything he's been hiding and attempting to cover up beneath his deception. We'll also uncover the dangers of e-dating, the alarming presence of explicit content in servers populated by minors, and the sickening reality of predatory behavior that cannot and will not be tolerated. On November 19, 2019, a user by the name of Mystique, also known as She and the Devil, would create their Discord account. At the time, no one could have predicted the kind of influence they would later gain. Fast forward to September 4th, 2024, an 18-year-old would go on to establish a Discord server consist of members from another community, bringing together a growing fan base of followers. Many of these followers were minors, drawn in by the server's engaging environment and Mystique's charismatic online presence. But what seemed like just another online community would soon reveal itself to be something much darker, as the community members were oblivious to Mystique's true character. Beneath the friendly interactions and casual but suspicious conversations lurked disturbing secrets that would go unnoticed for far too long. As time passed, strange patterns began to emerge. Unsettling explicit behaviors were brushed off, and red flags were ignored. Naturally, the community remained largely oblivious to these suspicious actions, an oversight made more understandable by the fact that most of its members were minors. While a few occasionally sensed that something was amiss, they simply brushed off these irregularities as insignificant. As the most experienced and influential figure in the community, Mystique subtly endorsed these behaviors. Even without explicit directives, their quiet yet consistent actions spoke louder than any words ever could. By continuously normalizing such explicit conduct, Mystique not only desensitized the community, but also led its members to adopt these practices without questioning the underlying implications of it being considered pedophilic behavior. Mystique enforced rules for explicit consent and established an NSFW channel meant for individuals supposedly aged 18 and older. However, this channel was casually accessible to anyone who requested entry, with no age verification or ID checks in place. What makes this so disturbing in the NSFW channel is that Mystique supports and allows females loaded with naked male private parts, explicit animal images, furries, which ties into zoophilia, incest stuff, and even explicit images of underage kids. That's already sickening, but it gets worse. Mystique's actually taking ideas from minors to crank up the channel's twisted vibe and their own behavior. Sure, mods under 18 don't get access to these channels, but that doesn't make it any less messed up. It's still downright disturbing. To compound the issue, despite hosting explicit content, Mystique actively promoted the server in larger communities that did not support such material, a fact that was deliberately obscured from the general user base. Without any clear content warnings or detailed descriptions of what to expect, underage users were inadvertently granted access. It's important to note that this video isn't meant to target Mystique's supporters. In fact, If that were the case, both the title and the focus would be entirely different. The disturbing behavior we're exposing is solely Mystique's responsibility, and he's the one to blame for everything that's unfolded. We've observed controversial rumors circulating that claim we target minors. However, this is completely unfounded. Our focus is solely on exposing those who knowingly and repeatedly engage in wrongful behavior. These videos are intended to shed light on harmful actions and, ideally, prompt those responsible to acknowledge their mistakes and learn from them. Returning to the video to further support my argument, I joined their server in search of evidence of wrongful behavior for video content. While there, I gathered responses from anonymous sources and uncovered disturbing evidence hidden within the server. Shortly after, I was unexpectedly kicked out, likely because the server contained the very content I'd mentioned before, perhaps an effort to cover up their actions and avoid exposure. To test my theory further, I used another account and received the same treatment. Instead of being welcomed, I was met with discomfort and disbelief at their attempts to conceal such pedophilic, disturbing behavior. Now, let's dive deeper into the details and expose the dirt they've been desperate to hide, shall we? Before I begin, I'll be sharing screenshots from other servers besides Mystique, including one managed by an individual known as Darth Hades, whose server later featured an NSFW channel open to everyone, even minors. While it's unclear whether Mystique had any influence over this behavior on Darth Hades' server, I won't be making unfounded accusations. However, to say there was nothing disturbing in that server is a massive. As for Darth Hades, his story doesn't warrant an entire video on its own. To begin with, he's still considered underage, unlike Mystique. Nonetheless, it's equally disturbing how Darth Hades, as the server owner, lets such behavior slide. Whether or not he was influenced by external factors, he clearly knows that his actions are wrong, and hopefully he will learn from this experience. Anyways, here's the proof. What starts as vaguely creepy comments quickly spirals into something far darker. Explicit images so vile I had to double censor them just to show you. You'll see a pattern of suspicious behavior shrouded in mystery, and it's not random. One moment he's casually dropping explicit topics, words starting with a P, into public chats like it's nothing. The next, Mystique feeding minors twisted videos of women with male anatomy, Marvel character bodies spliced from chest to groin. Then there's explicit pics Mystique begged to keep secret, brushing it off as a joke. But this is no laughing matter. We're talking enhanced Fortnite character backsides, blatant encouragement of minors to join in on this filth, and worse. The majority of these messages, it's bone-chilling, especially when you realize this is an 18-year-old man targeting kids, some not even 10 years old, with this garbage. He even had the nerve to say, quote, "Hey, there's a big difference between messaging a minor and sending inappropriate images to a minor," before flooding a server full of underage kids with disturbing texts and pics, while their parents have no clue. This isn't just wrong. This is predatory, pedophilic behavior, and people are still defending it. And what's worse is it doesn't end there. I'll always call Mystique a guy, no matter how normalized transgender identities get. He claims he's a transitioning female, and sure, that's his business, until you realize this 18-year-old male poses as a female who is straight up a creepy pedophile who influences minors. Picture this. A grown man slapping on a voice changer, playing the part, and grooming male minors without a shred of hesitation. Deceptive? Maybe. Disturbing? Absolutely, because that's exactly what he does. It gets worse. He full-on e-dated a kid, a really young boy, never bothering to ask his age. Not once. I won't name the kid. I tried reaching out to Mystique's ex for the full story, but no dice. I'm not here to make up lies. I stick to facts. What I know is they dated, they split, And only after the breakup did Mystique discover the kid's age, then shrug it off like it never happened. You'd think that's innocent? Think again. Age is the first thing you ask before dating someone, especially as an 18-year-old adult. Mystique didn't care, didn't ask. And when you pair that with him carelessly sending explicit images to minors, kids behind screens he doesn't even know, it's a whole new level of sick. Oh, and he's got an NSFW art Twitter too. I won't drop names or links, but trust me, it's grim. This isn't just reckless, it's predatory, and he doesn't give a damn. This is where Mystique's story ends, for now. But the damage? That lingers. Sending explicit content to minors isn't a slip-up, it's a crime. It's pedophilic behavior that scars kids who don't even know what they're being dragged into. And e-dating. It's a minefield, especially when you don't bother asking someone's age. Mystique didn't just cross lines, he erased them, preying on the vulnerable behind a digital mask. To Mystique himself, keep playing these games and the consequences will find you. They always do. You're not untouchable. Reality has a way of catching up, and it's closer than you think. To anyone still defending him, wake up. Supporting this isn't loyalty, it's enabling a predator. Stop. If this entertained you, hit that like button and subscribe. We're just getting started with exposing the truth. Because out there, in the shadows of servers and screens, there are more like him. Watching. Waiting. So stay on the lookout and watch your back.